Bam.
What's good, party people? This is According to Woods, and pardon my goofy dishes behind me, but I have the honor and privilege of talking to somebody who competes just in 2 weeks for Fearless Woman MMA in Mexico City. She's the one and only Subfighter trained Diana Debo Mendoza. What's up?
Nothing much, man. You know, just here preparing for the worst, preparing for the best, and just having a good time, dude. And like, I'm just enjoying all of this, man. Like, all the support from you guys and people that I know, you know, and like people reaching out, like, what can I do to help you with your fight? And it's been really, really cool to experience. But yeah.
No, and it's crazy because like it seems like everything's kind of gone insane in this year, but like there are people that have found a way to persevere, not just, in the MMA community, but the community, I mean, just everyone at large, some businesses where other businesses are feeling, some are figuring out a way to, kind of pivot and everything. And that's exactly what not just you, but Fearless Women has done because, regardless of everything that's going on, you guys are both basically working hard towards making the best show possible for all parties involved. I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everyone's been just super just connecting and vibing well and just like I said earlier, shout out to Harvey Castellano. He's the one who's been helping. He helped me get connected with Fearless. And I was iffy about just like, going outside of Cali to fight. And, it was just like, I haven't really done anything like that, but I'm like, dude, I gotta go. It's time to go. It's time to get up. It's time to put some work in. And this opportunity was presented to me, and I'm freaking gonna do it. And I feel good. My body feels good. So the stars are aligning. Everything's just coming together really nicely. So it just feels like it's time for me to get back out there. Yeah.
I guess it's pretty apropos, none other than Bruce Buffer goes, it's time. And that's definitely one thing that you've kind of decided within yourself, and my goodness, this card, right? Fearless Women is happening in Mexico City, a place where you have pretty cool ties too, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, I mean, my dad's from Mexico, and like I have family out there and stuff. And I was just out there like 2 weeks ago. It was nice, relaxing time, and like a lot of people are like sketched out to go out there. And it's funny, like people ask me like, where are you fighting? I'm like, in Mexico. They're like, oh, okay, well, just be careful, And I mean, it's like if you go out there, obviously in the middle of the night and you're looking for I don't know what, you're obviously going to find some trouble, but if you're there and you're doing your thing, you kind of stick to your own, you're fine, and so, yeah, I'm super excited to go out there and yeah, it'll be a good time.
Oh yeah, a good time for sure. I mean, it's funny because like Mexico was probably one of the first places back, even before California for the most part. They had, a couple boxing cards, a couple of my friends men have been down that way. I think UWC in TJ, they were able to have their actual second card just this past weekend or the weekend before last.
Yeah.
So I mean, fights are happening, and they were able to have stuff happen, and so it's super cool. I mean, it's almost like it needed to happen, and especially as MMA is growing in terms of fan base in Mexico. Obviously, the Mexican culture have traditionally been one for obviously the sweet science of boxing and whatever, but they're slowly kind of turning the corner, and you're seeing more and more fighters either from Mexico directly or fighters going to Mexico to fight. It's just like every corner of the world right now, and even before COVID, more so, that there's elite fighting happening, in every corner of the world, and elite fighters training at every gym in the world. So it's just cool. It's something that's continually growing,
Yeah. And like I'm hearing like there's amateur fighting out in Mexico, there's pro fighting out in Mexico. So that's probably where I will, be, I mean, because Cali's closed right now, there's not much opportunity here for amateurs and pros and stuff. So yeah. Yeah.
So talk to us about like how you got the call, because I mean it's pretty recent. You've got it within the last couple of days, right? So
Yeah.
obviously, training and what have you, but like when that, everybody says, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready, right?
Yeah.
So when that call eventually comes, like what was going through your mind?
Like I was like it was exciting, it was just like, dude, this is an opportunity, let's go. Like it's just everything, it just felt right, and like I reached out to Harvey and I told my coach Adam Lynn, I told him like, hey dude, like I feel like I'm training for nothing, I was already consistently training, and so Adam told me, he's like, all right, let's both reach out to him. And so we reached out to him, and then he said, actually Fearless is having an event at the end of this month, so and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I told Adam, he's like, okay, I'm going to, Harvey, I told Harvey to reach out to Adam, and Adam approved. So, and then, yeah, I've already been training. So it's just kind of like my diet, and then running and doing all the cardio stuff like that. And yeah, I've been good. I feel really, really good. I feel super sharp. Me and Adam have been working on just a lot of basic drilling stuff, just tightening up my game, jiu-jitsu, stand up, and all that. And then I've also been working with, I'm not sure if you know Erin Tohill, pro fighter. Yeah. I've been working with her too. She's freaking awesome. Shout out to Erin Tohill. She has been so supportive and just an inspiration to my life and just to a lot of people. She's just a woman in like an MMA. She did the thing, she's been around for so long. She's a pro boxer and a pro MMA fighter, which is super cool, and like how I met her was through, Andrew Freelove. Yeah, you freaking Freelove. He had her on a podcast at Subfighter. And so at the time I wanted to do some amateur boxing, but then that was when everything started closing up. And so then we were never able to get an amateur boxing fight, but I was working with her and she helped me. She's still helping me with my hands and stuff like that. And yeah, and she's just I love having good talks with her. I talked to her yesterday, and she's super supportive, and yeah.
Yeah, and one of the pioneers of women's MMA that really does. I don't think she gets her just due, And I mean, you mentioned Free Love, so shout out to the Fight Life Connoisseurs podcast. Check out on YouTube. Him and Francesca and the rest of the crew, Adam Arabe. Shout out to them because they do the podcast for the most part right there out of Subfighter in Laguna. So shout out to those guys. But yeah, absolutely. Now, I mean, Erin, my goodness, I mean, she is one who not only fought professionally in both boxing and MMA, but she was a damn American gladiator, like for real, like and shout out to her because she just opened up a gym, like I kind of mentioned. People are figuring out ways to get it together and basically be the best versions of themselves, even though it seems like the walls are kind of closing in. She opened up a gym in the area and, kind of using her platform to help others as she has done with you directly.
100%. Yeah. She's just a huge inspiration to me and many others. And that's who I aspire to be, just be freaking transparent, and like, I mean, I've had my struggles with trying to just be normal and transparent. I mean, not normal, but like just trying to like be transparent and just get comfortable in my own skin, and just come out and just be cool with yourself, and like, and same with Adam Lynn, dude. He's helped me so much with just like, cause like fighting is a very, it's like we were talking about earlier. It's like how some people don't understand it. Like you're beating up a human being and then you're I don't know, like it's kind of contradictory, you know, like, but it's spiritual to me, man. It really is. Like, I love it. I know like slapping and punching people in the face is like, okay, it's kind of weird. Something is kind of kind of off about me if I'm like, I like it, but I do, I like it. And it's just the relationships that I have with people, you know, and like, I really like it. It makes me a better person, you know, inside and outside of the gym. But yeah.
And that's one thing, you know, especially with all the turmoil that's happened, you know, this year, and like just people just in fighting in general and what have you. You know, it's almost like come to MMA, like you come to combat sports, because you kind of figure out who you are, what you know. A lot of people will say things, you know. Well, I know I'm not going to get any crap for it because nobody's going to punch me in the face for saying such things, right? And it's deals where, you know, in MMA, jiu-jitsu, whatever, I mean, you could potentially, whether you say something or not, you could get punched, you could get choked out, whatever, and then you slap hands, whatever, and go to the next round, like, and the next training partner. So it's just like, and you see people from all walks of life. It doesn't matter what you identify with, what, you know, politically where you are, whatever. Everybody on the mat, we're all the same, you know. Like you can roll with a black belt and whatever. You can, you know, it's just so therapeutic, you know. And it's just like when you see people like ending friendships and all that jazz or whatever over a particular stance or whatever, and it's just like, no, you need to hit the bag. Like, come on, like, you know, get over it. You know?
Yeah. And like, no, I agree with everything you say. You know, it's not for everybody, but it definitely is for me, you know. And like, fighting is saving my ass right now. It really is. Cause like, you kind of know, you know, like I struggled with like my own, just like I'm in the program, you know, with drugs and alcohol and all that. That's just the kind of person that I am. I'm that dark person, you know, and I need to be around human beings. I need to be around people, supportive people, and just be in that kind of environment because it helps me, you know. That's what I need. Like, I don't know what other people, but I know what I need, and fighting is what fits me. But yeah, like before fighting, you know, I was definitely not on a good path, you know. If there was no fighting for me, I definitely would be on the streets right now. I'm doing who knows what, you know. I was out freaking running amok, doing just some messed up things, you know, and that it was just a part. I grew out of that. I mean, that was when I was like 22, 23, 24, and coming into the gym like that, you know, I was very tense. I didn't trust people. I was like and you know, Adam really helped me with that, you know, and just the guys there at the gym, you know. Because Adam has been through similar stories. I mean, similar things too. Adam Lynn, like he has shared a lot of like wisdom with me, and it really helped me come out of my own skin too, you know. And like, starting on this fight journey, it was kind of one of those things where I kind of really wanted to do it for myself and just to be healthy, you know. And like, you see a gym, you're like, oh yeah, I want to be healthy. I want that. That's what I want. You see other people in there doing it. It inspires you. And then I saw fight, like we were talking about earlier, Mike Segura. He's been a huge inspiration in my life. I saw him fighting at the UFC gym when I started, and he said that he was like fighting as a career. I'm like, what? Like, you could do that? I'm like, that's really, really cool. And so I kept asking questions, you know. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, you know. And so then I just showed up at Subfighter, and Mike gave me a tour of Subfighter, and then that's when it started. I think I came in on a Friday, and I saw all the guys sparring, and I'm like, whoa, that's intense. Like that, that's pretty intense. It's going to take me some time to, like, you know, it kind of scared me at first. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, oh my God, these dudes are beating the shit out of each other. Like, this is gnarly. And I think it was Jeff Miller. So he ran out of the gym and he puked. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is super intense. And then, but yeah, and then that's how it started. And I was very attracted to everyone and just the way everybody was carrying themselves there. And yeah.
Dang, you know, and awesome, because I mean, Mike Segura has been one who's been pivotal in even my career. The first time that I ever went to Subfighter was filming him for a fight for Celtic Gladiator, I believe, and me and both went out to Laguna and basically had the lay of the land. And I mean, Adam Lynn, my goodness, so many people from the gym that I've been able to interview over the years. It's just like I'm eternally grateful, and just like the energy that he has, man. He's like, everything will be all like crazy and whatever, and he's just like that calm in the storm. Like you could look to, when everything is, it's what is it? Get him to the Greek. It's like feel the furry walls, like get in touch with reality. Well, Adam Lynn is the furry wall, which might not be a great quote, but I mean, you know.
I'm gonna tell him you said that. He's like, dude, Adam Woods called you a furry wall, dude. Because he is. It's funny though. Like everyone has like a different analogy for Adam Lynn, and like it's very similar to that, And he's that rock, He's that guy who reminds you to just chill. Everything's gonna be cool. Like, yeah, he slows things down. Everyone's so fast paced, and this guy is just like pipe down a little bit, but yeah, I've been eating good. I've been just chilling, man, enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for the most part. And I know we talked about how COVID is a scary freaking thing. Who knew this shit was gonna happen, dude? I didn't know. I remember in elementary school, I was thinking, I'm like, we would always kind of joke around. Imagine if the world ended. Imagine if all this thing and blah blah blah. And it pretty much like it's like happening, And like it. In the beginning of COVID, I it's so crazy though, because with Aaron, I feel like we're presented people for a reason, and I'm very spiritual in that way. It's for a reason, and like in the beginning, I was really connected to Aaron with the whole COVID thing that was going on, and we were boxing and we were going to get ready for this amateur fight and all this stuff, amateur boxing. And so then, like you can feel the energy, in the world. It was freaking sad. It's depressing. And it's like, and Erin really helped me with that. She kind of helped me get out of just this kind of mode and I would just show up to the boxing I was going to Bobby's boxing. Actually, I would show up there and I would just sit down, even if I didn't feel like it. I really did not feel like boxing at all. I would sit down and would let them know how I feel. I'm like, dude, I'm depressed. I'm a little dark right now, and like we all got through it together, and it was really, really cool. And like, and we kind of fed off each other. One day, say I was like feeling really good, and somebody else was feeling like crap. I'm like, hey, what's up? Just kind of fed off each other. And but I feel like things aren't going to be the same. I don't feel they are, pretty soon. Like, they've been saying that things are going to open up, and then it just hasn't, we're already more than halfway into 2020. And I guess it's just the way it's going to be. And we just got to adjust to everything. And I think we're going to be all right for the most part, like I should just try to be positive, man. Like fighting is what's getting, also just the people around me, and fighting is what is getting me out of this depression mode right now, because like if I didn't have fighting, shit, man, who knows, but yeah.
I love it. Now you mentioned about people that have kind of gathered together in support of you, obviously, it takes a village to not just raise a fighter, but the person within the fighter, the role of a fighter. So I definitely want to let you get some shout outs out of the way for people that have, helped you along your journey.
Oh yeah, 100%. So first of all, my coaches, man, my coaches are life coaches. They've been helping me out a lot, and just Adam Lynn, Aaron Tohill, so my corners that are going out with me out to Mexico, Andrew Freelove, and then Justin Governell, who's coming out from Texas. Haven't seen him in a while. You remember Justin Governell, right?
Yeah.
Freaking awesome, dude. Freaking cool guy. And then yeah, he's gonna go out, and then yeah, and OC Crowd Care. They've been having my back since I started. Those are my sponsors, and Conca, Continuous Calculating Action. They're freaking awesome. They provide me with a lot of like just gear and stuff like that, and Rebel Heart Boxing, really cool. And then the girl who provided me with the shirt, freaking thank you. She's freaking awesome. It says Subfighter Elites, dude. It's pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, that's about it.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Now, for those that are going to be, and so Everett wants to know, do you prefer training with guys, ladies? Do you have a preference, or?
Oh, I mean, both. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I for sure obviously support the women in MMA. Well, I'm a kickboxing boxing coach as well. I mean, reaching out to the women right now. If you need a coach, if you trying to get more women into the sport, obviously, like yes, like I'm all for it. And yeah, we have a solid group of women right now at Subfighter, and we're just getting it. Jiu-jitsu, we're all getting better. We're all on the same path, same journey, and it's great. They've been super helpful with my camp as well, which is super awesome. I get to beat up on them, and they get to beat up on me. It's fun. Yeah.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous. Now, and he also wants to know, how did you get the name Debo?
So I used to work for this conservation corps. It was for like high schoolers and adult. I don't know if you ever heard of the conservation corps. It's in Fullerton. And so there was this guy that worked there. He just saw my name like D, and then he just started calling me Debo, and then that went on. And then Justin Conlon, who owns Validated Center, it's that he's the one. He's like, dude, you should just put your name out there, Debo. People would call me Debo in the gym, but I never really put it out there. So yeah, that's how that worked. Oh.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, there are some fight names that are just kind of off, like Ray Borg, right? His name is Ray Borg. You would think like the easy layup would be like Cyborg, right? But he goes to Mexican Devil. And I've said it in the past, Alan Belcher has this tattoo of Johnny Cash that looks like Prune Man from Dick Tracy. So, I mean, Taz Mexican Devil is almost the Alan Belcher, Johnny Cash tattoo of bad fighter nicknames. But I think Debo fits you pretty well.
Yeah.
I think it fits pretty well.
My soul is like it's as big as Debo's, like Debo will steal your chain. He'll steal stuff from you. But yeah, he's good. It's good.
No, it's great. It's great.
Podcasts are so weird because you don't know like what to say. I'm like, okay, it's awkward silence. Okay, do I laugh? What do I do?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. No, but for those who are going to, basically view Fearless Women, what are they going to expect out of one Debo Mendoza?
What are they going to expect? I am expecting, obviously the W. You want to win, I want the W. I want to go in there. It's a title. So far is what I know. It's a title bout. So I'm walking out. I'm walking out with that belt. So that's the case now. I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything. Willing to do everything to perform. Give you guys a good performance. I think it's going to be streaming. So hopefully you can get on there, you guys. Watch that fight. It's gonna be a good fight.
Absolutely, no, 100%. Like as soon as, and I think I may have promoter Libby Canella on the podcast pretty soon.
She's
so that's
great. I've been talking to her. She's been because I don't know. I've never been to Mexico City at all. Like I don't know what I'm doing here. Like but Libby's been super helpful with everything and like just answering all my questions. She's a really cool chick. But
so as soon as we get the links, I'll definitely drop them on the social media and everything. And Stephen Tatum says Debo taking that belt. It's like he took Craig's chain. Just saying. Never mind the ending of Friday. But she's coming for the belt. Now, for those who haven't already done so, where can they find you on social media?
Social media. So look me up on I always forget my name. It's like, let's see. So it's a D Money X MMA, and then I'm usually on my Instagram. You just follow me on there. But yeah, just yeah, follow the journey. It helps us amateur fighters just to get good opportunities with social media. Social media is huge, you know, and I mean, yeah, and just trying to get more gigs, man. I'm trying to get more gigs anywhere outside of Cali, like any promoters, matchmakers, whatever. Please reach out to me on my social media, because after this fight, I'm trying to pick up some more and just trying to get on there, you know.
I absolutely love it. I apologize, you guys too. Debo, thank you for jumping on today, and I mean, I'm super grateful for your time and all good skill. Come Fearless Women on that title bout. That's exciting. That's super exciting.
Yeah, seriously.
For Debo, I'm According to Woods, and we